Yeah, welcome to Metaphysical Entities. I'm your host, Greg Smith, the ME channel. Thank you for being here as we delve into the fundamental principles of life and personal experiences. Our motto is life is a mystery to unravel, but never a problem to solve. We realize there are always a resolution because problems are forever invented. Today's show, we're going to go into the beginning. The beginning of a journey, the beginning of anybody's journey, because life is always unexpected, and there's always something that's going to shock and revolutionize one life. Because when it shock and revolutionize one life, it's going to change the mindset of how you think previously to what you experienced in the past. Some shocks and revolution comes in different ways: institution, jail, hospitalization, a person dying in your family, or even getting shot, any type of traumatic effect that's going to transform your way of thinking. This is what the show is about. So, my personal experiences as I delve through the things that I have experienced in life, what I did in my life is transform those things into books, writing, and reality that was uncovered to me that was once falsehood in a time of my perception of what was happening in life. So this channel is going to be about things that shows people their personal experiences along with my personal experience and other people' personal experiences, because as I said in the beginning, life is a mystery to unravel, but never a problem to solve. That's something that happens in everybody's life as we live on a day-to-day basis, because we don't know what life is going to cover for us through our day-to-day travels. Sometimes we get up in the morning, we might feel bad, and sometimes we get up in the morning, we might feel a little good about things that happened or previously happened through the day before. So have you ever got up one day and somebody opened a door for you and it shocked you, and it helped you on your journey. It helped you get through that day, because sometimes just a door opening for somebody and saying good morning helps them to get through their day. We are like car batteries. It's times you have came out in the wintertime and your car didn't start because your battery was dead. We need jump starts too sometimes. And that jump start can be through somebody opening the door or somebody saying hi, saying good morning or whatever. So this is what this channel is about. So as we delve through the fundamental principles of life and the things that has taught me through my journey, I understand that there are fundamental principles in each and every person's life. So some people don't have the time to sit there and just actually meditate or go back and understand or recognize or refocus themselves as what happened or what took place during that occurrence in life. So this channel is going to be about the occurrences, the memories, the occurrences and occasions that life has driven within our lives. Whether it's imagination, whether it's the past, whether it's projections we have for the future. But we must all recognize that these are the synchronicities that line up with our intuition, with our feelings, what we delve into, how we see life within our own reflections. Because when you see life within your own reflections, what happened is it becomes a realization in your world that comes around you. Because you have to have a dream or your intuition have to take place for something to happen. Because when we go to sleep at night, sometimes we think about what we're going to do the next day. Are we going to follow the same routine, or are we going to add or subtract from the routine that we had the day before? what we do, we'll go to sleep at times, and then we'll say, okay, when we get up, while we sleep, we get up in the morning, we already have it realized or fantasized in our mind from the dream or the day before we had. Oh, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna get this breakfast. I'm gonna go down 16th Street or 5th Street, whatever street it is. I'm gonna go to work this way, and I'm gonna do this. I might stop here and do this and do this. These things that's consciously is on our mind that we delve into and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. And what happened is that's a program. Within that program, what happened is we continue to program ourselves over and over and over. We're a hard drive. So what happened in this hard drive, we familiarized with those things that we're accustomed to. But in order to do things that we actually want to do that's deep down inside us, we got to change the paradigm within us because we stuck. It's like a wash, rinse, and repeat. We do the same thing over and over and over and over again. We go to work, we say hi to sir, and then we get some coffee, then we go to the coffee machine, then we sit down maybe for 10 or 15 minutes before we even start our day to do something or to start our work. Then we might take 10 minutes. It's a routine that we do over and over and over again. So this channel is to bring us back to our original self, the authentic self, the voice that you hear. Only you can hear what's inside of you. So that voice that you can hear when you're quiet, that voice that you answer when you are quiet, that nothing comes out your lips, but your ears hear. And this is the difference. So what metaphysics has taught me is to be liberated, to understand all truths, and understand that truth is the only way to get to where you want to go. We might try to kick it to the side and say, okay, well, I could do this and do that. But when I look at it like that, right, I look at it as we trying to reason with intuition. How is something inside me going to tell me to do something and know that it's true, and then I go against it? We all do it. We all done did it over and over and over and over and over again. Somebody have did it over and over and over and over and over before too. So to justify this, what I'm saying, so it can come in contact with all the readers and everybody, is that it's not a person that you don't know in your life that says something told me not to do that. And it was that voice within inside you, that same voice that I was just talking on, that you could talk to and you could hear, and only you and nobody else but you can hear that voice. So understanding that, you know, I sat back and meditated and I wrote books about it, which I would explain in other times when I'm going to create some content on this channel. But right now, my content is to let you know who I am and what this channel is going to be about. Again, my name is Greg Smith. I have a company that I formed called Meditation Before Liberation, doing business as metaphysical entities. Because the life that I built inside of me is a life that was here before me and wanted me to be here and do this before I even realized it. Because the intuition is a direct perception of the truth. When I say it again, it's a direct perception of the truth. It's something that you know personally about you, don't nobody else know. Something you feel about you that don't nobody else know. Something that you want to be in your life that other people don't want to know. It's all about you and what you feel and how you want to express that feeling within you. So again, I'd like to thank anybody who watched this, anybody who want to comment on this, and anybody want to share an opinion or a thought about everything I just said, because this journey that I'm ready to go through, I want you to go through it with me, because this journey has helped me realize the things that I once didn't have an understanding about. I had no clue about, because we forever evolving. We're going to evolve forever, ever and ever and ever. You're never going to stop. It's always going to be something you don't know about yourself, or you're going to learn about yourself each and every day, each and every moment, each and every second. A person always say, "Oh, I would never do that," but you say that you'll never do that because you ain't in that position at that point in time. How are you going to say, "Okay, this is how I was going to react to this," or "This is how I was going to react to that," because you ain't in the moment? These are the things that, that we as people, we have a perception or a concept of saying, "Hmm, this is how I'm gonna perform at this time." If you're gonna perform that way at this time, how many activities that you have performed in your life you had an expectation for, and it didn't go that way? It's just like a football player, basketball player, hockey player, anybody that goes out there and say, "Okay, I want to score 36 points," but you tried your best and it didn't happen. But you gave it your best, but your expectation of yourself wasn't that. So this channel is going to help us understand that life is a moment and by moment and second by second ordeal that we have to deal with. It's study evolving every second, every day, every moment. Because when you look at it, I like to say stuff like this, right? Because it's funny because people wouldn't understand this concept sometimes. And the concept I'm going in is when knowledge stops, the imagination begins. Right? So we come in life and knowledge is brought to us. Because we learning on a day to day. We read and we going to school and we doing all these things that knowledge taught us that we should do. You know, but they forget to tell us about our imagination. How our imagination, it can be used for positive or negative, because everything in life is a duality. So I like to say this saying: when it comes to where knowledge stops, the imagination began, right? Knowledge is, we know what a car look like. We can drive it, we can ride down the street, and we're in the car. But then I put my imagination in it and say, "Guess what? Can I ride down the street to the car, baby, with all water, and I'm driving, and people can see me, and the car's actually functioning through the water." That's a that's the knowledge of me knowing what it takes to drive a car, but the imagination of something that's on a negative aspect, whereas though it's not reasonable. So, but then again, I can come back and say, "Okay, the car that I'm driving, yes, is reasonable for me to see it. It's reasonable for me to understand it, but let me use my imagination." So this is where the difference comes in. Some people like green cars, some people like red cars, blue cars. So these these are these resonate with things that can actually happen with knowledge, and it can happen with the imagination. So I'm not reasoning with imagination no more. I'm fusing those two together, because this is something that's actual and something that can take fact. These are something that can take place. I mean, so by understanding that, the imagination help us expand and help people do the things that they doing in life, because everything you see in life is systematic. So if everything is systematic, that means somebody had an imaginary idea to bring these things to life, whereas though it's tangible, and we can use some type of fact of the resources that we have to deal with while we're here to bring these things into fruition for the people. So we have all different type of resources that we can bring together for us to have the things that we have and do the things that we do. But I think I said enough at this point. I just hope y'all enjoy the channel, and I hope that y'all enjoy the content that I'm going to bring to you, because I have a whole lot of stuff to bring to you. But as I said in the beginning, our mantra is life is a mystery to unravel, but never a problem to solve. And we realize that there's always a resolution because problems are forever invented. I'm going to leave you with this also. Don't consider nothing to be true by believing, know it to be true by direct cognition. Y'all have a good day and thank you for joining me today. Bye bye.